like looking at the streams of where our money comes from, and we're like, it's not even that deep. Like, if we put energy into this, like, we can definitely make money in this avenue right here. Like, and it's not like people aren't already doing it. People are showing that they can do it on multiple locations. All you gotta do is just ask for a check.
What are you doing today that makes you better than the person you were yesterday? That is part of the Ascension brand. That is the motto, the heart of what we stand for. When I pass away, I want people to know. I want people to remember me. Not for the time that I've spent on this planet, but for the things that I have done to contribute to society. My mama raised a loser, but I broke the chains. I wasn't made to be.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dirty Trunk Podcast, where the elephant is always welcome. It is me, your boy Marcus Morton. Always here with me is the Aaron Mack, and we're back in the lab once again at give us a moment 4:17 on this lovely Sunday morning. But before we get started, please trample over that like and subscribe button, because we do this for y'all, because we love y'all, and we just want to give y'all the motivation to be better than y'all were yesterday. How are we doing, Mac?
Bro, I didn't know swag was an acronym.
I feel like I've heard it before. What it?
The stuff we all get.
Bruh. Stuff we all okay. Wow.
So for that, I don't know how the word swag has been used so many times to describe somebody who's like cool or
right,
got the juice. Like, I don't get it, because it's stuff we all get. So like, if he got swag, I got swag. So like, what is what?
Huh. That's interesting. But I mean, it. So in a way, I ain't gonna say it contradicts itself, but
It does.
yeah, like yeah,
It does.
like he has swag. He has stuff we all get, or stuff we can all get. That is okay. All right. Didn't expect us to. All right. Like, didn't expect us to go there first thing in the morning, but okay. All right, that's eye opener. That's really eye opener. Because like, society is.
If you think about it, like, yo, how did something like that get cool? It's like you just took a word and was just like, okay, yeah, that sound hot right there. Let me use that as a phrase and make it cool. Like, that shit almost like some social experiment stuff. Like, let me just try this one out for size and see what happens.
Yeah.
And I feel like the mainstream media kind of capitalized on that, was just like, oh yeah, that's high. It's like, listen to this idiot talking about stuff we all get is cool. Like, let's push it.
Yeah.
I got one song in mind. That was a Roscoe Dash swag surfing. The Roscoe Dash, right?
What's it? I think he's in. I did think there's a couple of people in there, but yeah, swag surfing. Shoot, Soldier Boy. This right here is my swag, and I'm like, okay, all right. Yeah. I feel like there's a couple of phrases and words out there that came to be through music. Mostly.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out where Riz came from.
Riz. Yeah, like and it's crazy, right? Because it doesn't take long. Like, even if you just heard it for like the first time, it's enough content out there where if you see it like 3 or 4 times, you're like, okay, this is what this means.
Yeah, it don't take long for something to spread. It just takes for one particular person to say it.
True. Okay.
Like I can make up a word right now and somehow get Kim Kardashian to say it, instant blow up.
I feel that. Yeah. Yeah.
Instant blow up.
Shoot, when Drake was first on the scene, that's how we got YOLO. Was
Mm-hmm.
it? Yep, YOLO.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's stop being geriatric for a minute and go back into this podcast.
It's crazy. Mainstream.
Geriatric mean old.
How it been, sir? How has life been?
Man, it's just been a constant juggle of trying to get everything settled over here. Putting a lot of stuff away and realize we got a lot of junk. So like, just man, it's just been eye opening to get rid of things, man, and like, and it feels good to just downsize. You know what I'm saying? Like having the like for everybody out there, we just doing some spring cleaning at the moment and making some preparations and all that other stuff. But yeah, we just kind of like taking the weight off of us, and like in a literal sense, we're taking the weight off of us, man. Cause like we got like closets of stuff that that we don't even look at. Like this closet over here, like I got a closet over here that was just packed full of stuff for like the last 2 years, and we just like going through everything, getting rid of all this stuff. Like, yeah, man, it feels good to me anyway. I don't know. My wife would definitely have a different opinion about that, but I'm like, yo, just get rid of all of it. Like we don't even need it. Like we ain't looked at this stuff. Get rid of all of it. If it don't hold no sentimental value, get rid of it. And let's not create sentimental value on the spot. Like I ain't about all that. Like just get rid of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel that. That's those are it's easy to do that, to hold on to things, and then you end up years later just collecting a bunch of stuff. I don't know what it is
Yeah.
about people and stuff, but we accumulate a lot of it, and then
Yeah.
it's like, when you run out of space for all your stuff, common sense would be like, all right, let's just get rid of the things we don't use. And then you start trying to get rid of them. You're making excuses. You're making just random scenarios that you can use this stuff for. And it's just like, it sits there, accumulate more, and then you become one of those people, those hoarders that you see on TV and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's insane how extreme it can get.
And like you just end up with a whole closet of things that you might need 10 years from now. Like you'd have kept on to this RCA cable because somebody might come over your house with an antique DVD player and need an RCA cable to convert to HDMI. Like you just come up with like these random ass scenarios. But the problem is, it's like, bruh, every single time that I've said that about something, like, bro, I'm promise you, I've done it. Like I said, like, yo, I'm gonna keep this because I might need it for XYZ, and at some point XYZ might actually come around. But here's what happened: it's in a closet full of a whole bunch of XYZ situations, scenarios. So like, when the situation actually arises, you can't even find the thing that you're looking for. Like you spend like 2-3 hours looking for the joint, and by it would have saved you time and money to just go to the store and just get another one.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't know what it is. I guess it's the mentality that people have behind the things that they have. But
it's the thought process behind conserving money that causes people to do stuff like that, bro. Yeah. They think they're doing themselves a favor, and in reality, like, yo, you're hindering yourself. Like, think about like the situations where like you got a tool or something that that you don't necessarily plan on using on a day-to-day basis. Like you got some kind of saw that you were going to use for some home project. Well, you don't even do home projects. You're not even a contractor. You just some dude that work in an office somewhere, and you buy a saw because something you needed to cut some wood for something in your house, and then you keep it because, well, you might need it for something else. Well, the problem is that you have broke away from what you do to do something that you don't do. You spent time on that. Now you going back to spend time on it the second time after trying to look for it for like hours and hours on end because you just trying to save money because you don't want to buy another saw when the time comes for you to use it again when you could just hire somebody to do it in the first place.
What all right, so I know you said the mentality behind that is to conserve. For some reason people just want to, I don't even know, because like in the grand scheme of things, I don't know why people can't see the bigger picture and be like, all right, yo, I'm wasting time. Like all it boils down to is I'm wasting time for this what if scenario, for this I could do it myself because of whatever, you know. There's one thing to like, all right, change a light bulb. You know, go to the stove, buy a light bulb, come back to the house, unscrew, screw it back in. But when it's like a big project that you have to learn, you have to buy materials, you have to buy special whatever materials for the materials to get onto the house, whatever. After that point, it's just, what are you doing? Why are you doing all this by yourself, or why are you going the extra mile to conserve? You know, I don't need help from others. I just want to do this myself, do this one time project, waste
Was that
time
question?
and
That question attached to that? Like,
yeah.
what
Why do
were you
people
asking?
get into that headspace?
Yeah, man. Because when you live in lack, and just keep that term in mind. You live in lack. You tend to people tend to believe that the less contact I have with somebody who know how to sell me a service, the more money I'm gonna keep in my own pocket. So like people only equate like when you off of work, like and you not on the clock, people only equate money to the things that they spend, not the time that they spend. Like just the amount of dollars that they spend, they only equate that to the amount of dollars that they spend. So like, you don't understand that and this is all just because you live in lack. It might not be that because you don't understand it. It might just be because the people who do, they they tend to forget that their time is actually just as important as the money that they're spending. Because if you're not spending time on the right things, then you're just gonna go back to that job that you hate on Monday. So check this out. Like folks they will go above and beyond to not call somebody to do something. Like they will try to figure out, and I've done it, bro. Like just recently, I'm gonna use myself as the perfect example, right? I built a shed a few months ago. I spent hours, hours each day obsessing over zoning laws.
Mm.
I spent hours each day researching types of sheds. I spent hours of research every day watching videos on people building sheds, how to build a shed. Um, I know how to build a shed now. I pretty much have the principles to build my own house now. I learned off of YouTube, just watching. I pretty much took myself to school, ma. I know how to like build the roof, put the foundation down. Like I built eventually I built a foundation out of wood in my backyard, and I put the shed up. It's a little 10 by 8 shed, some metal joint, and because I was actually contemplating building the frame out of wood and everything, and going the full mile.
Mm.
So in that scenario, I spent hours that I could have been working on something productive, on something that mattered. Um, and the reality of the situation is the shed. I don't even need the shed now, but I spent all that time building the shed,
Well,
but now I don't even need it. So, like, I caution people to really think about what they're spending on all aspects when it comes to skipping out on finding somebody who specializes in what they actually do. Because I mean, I don't even know. Like, it's not like I'm making thousands and thousands of dollars off the Eighth Universe right now. Like, let's be real. Like, I'm not making thousands a day on the Eighth Universe. But who's to say that the time that I spent putting hours and hours into research couldn't get me closer to getting thousands of dollars a day on the Eighth Universe? Who's to say?
yeah, and that's the one thing I feel like people have trouble realizing. Um, if you just stop, focusing on, like you said, the lack of, and focus on like the things that are important to you. People be out here like living a totally better life. People be singing a totally different tune about just the everyday things that go on in their lives, because they're not focused on sacrificing uh time for just solely getting a dollar. They're sacrificing time to better their legacy, better something about themselves, better their family, put their family in a better position to just live their own lives, whatever direction or choice they choose. They're set for it. They have a great start for it. But people are so easy to waste time at a job, put their
Mm,
job for their family, and be content with just constantly sacrificing and
yeah,
constantly struggling to no ends.
I see where
Like,
you trying to slide on in there, but I got one more thing to add into this before you
go
do
ahead.
that. And just in case you guys think that we're not rich enough or famous enough to be giving you this advice, I recently read a book by Dan Locke called "Fu Money," and it's about the concept of making that money where you can just say "fuck you" to everything that causes you stress in life, like your job. And in this book, it's funny that Marcus, you said something about buying a light bulb earlier. Dan Locke in this book said, "I don't even know how to change a light bulb." And
Come on.
until this day, Alyssa and I can't tell if he was being serious or not, because I think it's safe to assume that everybody in the world know how to change a light bulb. But Dan Locke said that I don't even know how to change a light bulb because it's not my time isn't served well changing light bulbs. Said everything that I do, everything that goes on around me, if it doesn't involve me, then I'm not doing it. He said my business needs to be worked. I'm not going to spend time away from my business to work on cooking. I got a chef to do that. If there needs to be something fixed in my house, I'm not going to stop my business to fix something in my house. I know contractors for that.
Oh,
He said there are people out here who get paid to do the things that you're trying to save money on. And that is the only reason why why you're forgetting to do the things that you're supposed to do, because you're just trying to save money. So if you don't believe me when I say it, believe a millionaire who said it. So go read, go listen to "Fu Money," and I got it on Audible. So like for real, you ain't got no excuse. Listen to that joint on your way to work, bro. It's gonna change your whole perspective on everything.
I feel that. I feel that. And me and the guys, before we got on the podcast, the guys I was talking about, um, that's what we inspired to
Break down the
get
full
to a
story, bro.
point.
Like don't cut it short.
Uh, so the reason we came to this topic is because you know, we've been trying to tell this guy at work that he's been, and I'm guilty of it being the
We
company
all guilty
man.
of it, dog. We all doing it.
Yeah.
I'm doing it right now, bro. Like we all doing it.
Spending basically over 60 hours at a job and still struggling, you know. And it's like we sacrificing time, we see, family members, kids just grew up before our eyes. Every time we see them, they're like a decade older. They taller than what you last saw them. They voice change, they you see this person grow before your eyes, and like you don't even know them. And it's like we tired of it. Like man at the job, he was like, "Yo, I'm tired of missing my kids' performances and all this other stuff." I want to be there for them. I want to be with my family. I want to leave them a better life than I had. And we constantly preach this, but like when are we ourselves, gonna actually do the things that we say, or go for those things? I know people, they feel this type of feeling, and the only thing they can imagine doing, they can muster to do, is go back to that job and work those long hours, uh and try to bend the job to fit their lifestyle instead of making their lifestyle fit
You were
the
telling
life
the
they
story
want to
about the
live.
guy at work.
Mm.
What happened to the guy at work? You didn't finish the story.
Oh, I did. I said, he wants to get out of this, get out of the 9 to 5, or at least get to a point where he's doing his own
Oh,
thing
that's
so he
it.
can
That
spend
was
more
it.
time with his
Okay.
family.
All right, I
Yeah.
got you. I thought there was more to that. You just kind of. All right. So we just still stuck. Like
Yeah. We still stuck, but we working on greater heights. We working on getting unstuck, on uneffing our lives, so we can get to a better point, get to what we want in life. Like I said, we're always sacrificing to struggle, but we never sacrifice to get to an end point, to get
layoff.
to live. Yeah.
That is a good point, man. Because like it's only one way. Like jobs promise
Yeah.
make all these promises when you first start. Like, oh, you can make this much money. Like everybody that I work with has been told on multiple occasions that they can make six figures. And like if you think about like the amount of things that we got to do on a day to day, all of the obstacles that we face, there's no fucking way that somebody can make six figures at my job. It's not even possible. Like it's like it, statistically it's possible, but like by the time you pay the tax on the things that you got to do on a day-to-day basis, like drum up the paperwork and all that other dumb shit that we got to do in between time, like the fact that we in a space where the median household income is only $43,000, like these are things that you can't fight against. Like you got to know your own clientele and bring your own people in order to sell them something, in order to make that much money. And for the most part, like you don't have the time to do that.
Mm.
Like when the hell are you gonna network with people if you working 80 hours a week? When do you have time to network with people? Like for real, like I I uh I assume that, bless you. I assume that I would be out doing like with and doing group rides with people and letting everybody know, passing out my business card, letting everybody know I work at the motorcycle dealership down here. Come holler at me if you need a new bike. Homeboy over here driving his old beat up R6. Like I think I want to try to get him on a new bike. Like that joint, like a 2001 with a carburetor. Like I think he needs some fuel injected, blood, whatever. Blase splee. Like, but I'm always at work, so I don't even have time to even indulge in that, even that in that thought. Even like it doesn't even matter. So like for real, and only one of those things is fun. Like I'm just saying, like group rides, like only one of those things is fun. Like I don't even get the opportunity to even network with people to even make six figures at my job. So when do I do that? Because I'm married and got a kid.
Yeah. I, I, it's weird how jobs. I don't even know what it is called. Just fluff up the job so you can be more attracted to it or be more enticing or whatever. Um,
Well,
you know,
every manager is taught to be a salesperson.
mm,
They either sell you on reasons to sell your soul, or you sell them on reasons why they need to work on their skills of selling.
that's interesting because there was a guy that was trying to squeeze a little bit more money out of the job or whatever, and he was also trying to move up, and he told us that the manager or the whatever the top dog is for this company, he was like, he said it's better to be a grunt worker or a lower tech, because if you stay with the company for a while, he's like the most that one of his techs has or makes or whatever is like $40 or something an hour, like 40 something an hour. And I'm like, but what is that? It sounds like a big number because we start at 20. How long has he been here to make $40 an hour? It's not like y'all were just handing it to him because he was doing a great job or something like that. We get a raise each year. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so how long has my man's been here? How long has my man's slaved away at this job? Man or female, doesn't matter the gender. But how long have they been slaving away to make 40? And now that they are making 40, what is that? What lifestyle does that look like? Like what they still got to come here to, they still got to put in 60 hours a week to just
And how much added responsibility do they have to justify that 40?
big facts. So it may sound enticing. These managers, these corporations,
Companies.
these companies make the job sound enticing. But in all honesty, if you're not doing it for yourself, where's the gratitude in it? Where's the joy, basically? Because they'll have you coming in on your off day. They'll give you one day, basically. They'll literally give you one day to spend with your family, not even a day, because it's only 24 hours in a day, and you sleeping for most of that. So they giving you this small window to kind of peek in, check on your family, make sure they're doing all right, and then boom, you got to get right back to work.
Mm-hmm. And then if things ain't going right at the job, then they'll try to decrease that window even more. Like I give you a perfect example of that. Recently, they changed processes, and now they don't have anybody handling packets for keys and instruction manuals at my job. So we just got a bunch of keys and packets just kind of hanging out and not put in folders so we can file the keys away or whatever. And that shit got out of control. But mind you, like, is this shit getting built every single day? And they said they were gonna have somebody hired to deal with that stuff. And they hired somebody to deal with that stuff, and then they had her do other stuff. So we still had to do it on top of doing everything that we already do, taking pictures of shit, moving shit, and actually trying to sell the shit while still doing whatever. So my man looks at the key situation, was like, all right, now if this continues, we're gonna have to come in on a Monday and fix it. We all Sunday and Monday is our only day off. I looked at my man, and this is in the middle of the startup meeting. I looked at my man, and I was like, I got you today. He said, no, you need to focus on sales today. I was like, no, I need to focus on those keys, because if I don't focus on those keys today, then I'm gonna disappoint you. And I don't think we want to have that conversation, because I'm not coming in on a Monday. So I'm gonna handle it today. Fuck them calls.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, yeah, and it's wild how many times that happens. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody has a story where that has happened. It it's easy for companies to promise you XYZ. Hey, you guys are guaranteed these days off. You guys are guaranteed this time off. And
Mm-hmm.
then as soon as you try to collect on it, or as soon as it becomes an inconvenience to them, they snatch it all away.
Yep.
But you know where that doesn't happen? That doesn't happen when you're in your own bag and you're spending time writing books, you're spending time making video games, you're spending time in your talents doing what you do best and enjoying it. You going to events, you're networking. It becomes just a cycle of learning new things. You know, game jams, book signings, concerts. You know, whatever you're into, just being inside or just being in the environment where your talents are being seen and you're with other people with those same talents. It's a magical thing, though. It's
Like
beautiful.
I'm starting to notice like the things that we do to make money is just shit that we all made up in our minds, bro. Like we Alyssa and I having this
Swag.
battle right now where we're like looking at the streams of where our money comes from, and we're like, it's not even that deep. Like if we put energy into this, like we can definitely make money in this avenue right here. And it's not like people aren't already doing it. People are showing that they can do it on multiple locations. All you got to do is just ask for a check.
Mm-hmm.
That's really all you got to do, and ask enough people for a check, then and you'll make what you need, because people want to support what you're doing. Like it's not like you can't find not one single person to support what you're doing. Like real talk. So like, man, and you talk about that sacrifice thing, man. And I'm so pissed because when I was talking to my aunt and uncle about my next phase in life, you know, he reminded me. He said, you know, sometimes you just gotta sacrifice. And until this day, in the context of the conversation, I still don't even know what he meant by that. Like I don't think we were on the same page that entire conversation. And like I said before on the podcast, like as we were having that conversation, my immediate reaction was to get back to work, because I'm like, I got to prove this wrong. I can't listen to this right now. And like he said something about sacrifice, and I still don't know what he meant by that. Like I feel like he was telling me that I needed to sacrifice my goal for my stability. And like I really I don't want to believe that my man did that. He did me like that. So like I'm gonna just go ahead and you know, believe the best in the best, and just kind of sweep it under the rug. But at the same time, bro, like a lot of us get to this point where we are sacrificing our goals for our stability, for the inadequate income stream that we're making, the one inadequate income stream that we're making.
Yeah. It's easy to fall into that. You know, we preach it almost every episode. Like, if y'all don't get anything, like, realize that this one stream of income, this job, this thing you call a job, a 9 to 5 that you go to daily, it's not enough. It doesn't supply you with the funds or the financial
No, bro,
resources or freedom.
fuck all. Duh, the money is not even relevant right now. Like, yo, what about life fulfillment?
Yeah, doesn't
Like,
supply any
bro,
of that.
screw all the money. Like, I don't feel good at the end of the day when I go spend 80, 90 hours at a job in a week, and I got people just coming to cuss me out because I sold them something that don't run.
Mm.
Like, bro, I don't get fulfillment from selling people motorcycles. I don't get fulfillment for selling people the thing that I want to ride. I don't even get the rad minds. I don't get fulfillment when I say I'm passionate about being on my motorcycle and just going on the open road and clear my head. I don't get fulfillment selling something that I want to be on instead of selling it. What about fulfillment? Why don't we chase being complete in life, right, bro? Like we can't make an impact on nobody by being at work. Bump the money. Like the money is not even take the money out of the conversation. The question that I ask everybody is, yo, if money wasn't an option, like if you had all the money in the world and you woke up one day and everything was paid for, you can pay for everything, and you didn't even have to think about it. Like, what would you do? Like, where would you wake up and what would you spend your time doing? Like, like, bruh, that's where you need to be at. And like the old people are going to say, like, bro, that's a pipe dream, bro. They come from a different time period where jobs was okay, where you could and to my uncle's situation where you could find yourself in a situation where you can grow into a job that honestly at this point in 2024 requires somebody to go to school for 10 years to get a master's degree to accomplish. That man just had a job and just grew into a job that now requires a master's degree, and he doesn't have a degree and never went to school. Full IT job, Mark.
Come on.
It requires a master's degree and 5 years of experience in IT work.
I mean, you have people out there that
before you move on, where does that happen at now? At what job does that happen at now?
very, very rare. If you're not already in, then it's it's hell getting in. And just kind of in that space of fulfillment, we have people that don't even know how. They're so, their mindset, their environment has conditioned them so much that you ask that question, they can't give you an answer. They don't even know the answer. Like, it's so bad out here. We're so 9 to 5 driven. There's people out here that don't even know how to be happy. Don't even know how to just chill. And it's a mixture of things. I've heard. One of it was more of the job, and one was, I've been with. I'm so codependent on this person or this job that I don't know how to just go out and enjoy life, because we've been in that mindset so long. We've been just in that grind that, like Max said, we don't even know how to spend money on ourselves to get our time back. We're spending money to waste time just to struggle more. Like you said, I'm gonna spend money. I'm gonna go downstairs and I'm gonna fix the whole bathroom by myself. Instead of fixing the dryer, I'm buying the parts. I'm looking at the YouTube videos, wasting the only time I have off to fix the dryer. It's a never ending cycle that we get stuck in.
Those are both things that I've done.
Come on, I just fixed the dryer like not too long ago.
Yep. Fixed the dryer the first day I moved, or like within the first 2 months of us moving in, I had to fix the dryer. Had to fix the oven. I get how deep this is, bro. We had a home warranty that covered appliances, and I still fixed the oven and the dryer.
There you go.
Because it would be $100. It would be $100 to get somebody out here to look at the joint, and I would only pay $35 for the parts to fix the dryer.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
2 days it took me to fix the dryer on the 3 days that I had off from work.
Insane. But that's it. It's how we're conditioned, man, and we need to break away from it. learn a skill, learn how to put ourselves in a position to where we're buying back our time, we're buying our freedom, we're buying our happiness. We're
Mm.
because this ain't it. And I'm glad that I'm seeing more and more people come to that realization, because it's not just fluff we're speaking. It's not just a pipe dream that we're trying to sell people. No, this is real. Like, this is life to its fullest. Like, live your life. Living your life isn't going to a 9 to 5, working 60 hours, and only seeing your peoples through a window. Life is enjoyment, fulfillment. Feeling accomplished of the things you're doing. You're not getting that from a job. You're not getting
You're
that
not.
from making a lot of money, so-called making a lot of money. You're not getting that from that. You get that from making something of your own, making something with your name on it, with your name tied to it, to where when you give it to somebody, they're like, "Oh, Mac made this. This is from Aaron Mack. I've found enjoyment from reading this book from Aaron Mack. I've found enjoyment from playing this
Books
game
unread
from
by Aaron Mack,
books I've written from
AJ McMullen.
AJ
Aaron,
McMullen."
Aaron Mack only exists because you keep calling me Aaron Mack on this podcast.
But AJ McMullen, my bad.
That's all
Uh,
good, man.
but you know, in the grand scheme of things, with that alone, AJ McMullen, wanting that name to be something, to put that out there.
Yeah.
There's fulfillment in that. There's joy in that. There's pride in that.
But
Uh,
child, like for real, I was sitting at work the other
mm,
day, and like I was just sitting at my desk, and like I got a good view of the window out, just kind of looking out into the front of the building or whatever. And I'm just like sitting at my desk, and I just see the sky from where I'm at,
mhm,
and I just like just saw it and immediately just got sad, bro.
mm,
Like I saw the sky, got sad, just sitting at work. And I'm gonna tell you all why, right? Because the sky, seeing the clouds and knowing that each cloud has roved over a lot of places. Like a single cloud can probably go over half of the United States before it dissipates and turns into nothing. The wind blows over all of the land. The birds, the birds can fly anywhere they want. And I can also fly anywhere I want, as long as it's on Sunday and Monday and not Tuesday through Saturday, the times of between 8 o'clock to 7 p.m. Bruh, like it just it tore into my spirit the fact that the option to be free is there, but I'm choosing not to take it. Like I'm looking at the sky. I'm knowing like, yo, this bird can fly anywhere it want right now. I can be this bird, but I'm deciding to not be the bird. I'm deciding to be the rock that's just stuck at the foothill, and I don't get moved until the external factor tell me to move.
okay.
So there's people out here who are perfectly okay with that. And bro, like if that's your bag, by all means, man, have at it. Have at it, bro. I'm happy for you. If you happy with it, like just go ahead and do what you do. But bro, like this is me. I'm not happy. I'm not satisfied with what I'm doing. Like I can't get behind being satisfied with what I'm doing. And I talked to so many people who retired from the military, and they asked me, why did I get out? Why didn't I retire? And I'm just like, bro, like I don't I don't like for my life to be persuaded. Like I don't like for someone to tell me that my life is chosen for me, bro. I'm that's not how this works. I don't get fulfillment. I don't get joy from that. It takes away from me mentally when things like that happen to me. Like I don't feel good about myself when somebody tells me to that I gotta my orders are going to change. Then they quick for that one. They're like, these are new orders. Go follow these. Like you going to, I don't care what you thought you were doing. Go tell your family that you're leaving tomorrow. Like that, the army beyond that. Like you could be in the reserves and somebody need a special skill or whatever special skill that they train there's a lot of swag in the army, but a lot of people got special skills. So they could send a packet of orders to your house, and you got to leave within hours, bruh. Hours. Like I've seen it happen. Like I don't feel good being in a situation like that. And there's a lot of people who judge me harshly, negatively, because I feel that way. I don't like being tied down. I don't like being under an anchor. I don't like being told that I can't do the things that I want to do. That's why I keep having this wanderlust that every time I'm driving, I go to my exit and I'm just like, yo, what happens if I just go past this joker? What happens if I just go? Like, what'll happen if I don't go to work today and just focus on nothing but the eighth universe? What'll happen if I spent 8 hours on writing instead of 8 hours on somebody else's dream? What'll happen? And like for real, maybe nothing will happen at the beginning. Maybe the sacrifice will feel like it's in vain at first, but over time, it has to count for something. You can just put your energy out into the void, and in all honesty, if you put the same amount of energy and determination into what your bag as you did researching something that you had absolutely no business doing, you completed that, didn't you? And that didn't return a damn thing. You built the shed and the shed is there, whatever. That's material. You put on a addition to your house, you made a patio, or you build the cornhole board, whatever the fuck you were doing. I don't care. Like it doesn't even matter. You did it. But what if you put that same energy into something that you're passionate about and something that can get you fulfillment out of life? If you got fulfillment making cornhole boards, bro, make the shit out of those cornball holes and sell them jokers. Customize them joints, paint them, sell it to people, bro. Whatever you need to do, bro. Get in your bag, man. That's all I'm saying. Is you got to get in your bag, bro. Like it's not even a joke. Like there's so much opportunity to capitalize on this capitalistic society. But for whatever reason, when you blue collar, those strategies don't tend to stick.
Not at all. Not at all. And if because we've all been there. We've all had a family member do just that. You come to them, you tell them your dreams, your goals, and they persuade you not to go down that avenue. And it's like, you all hype about it. You can't wait to tell them. You get in front of them, you tell them, and they just shoot it down, and you're just like, well, dang, like, well, maybe you're right. Maybe I do need to work this job for this amount of years to get this comfortable life or whatever. That it's insane. And if you're one of those people that if you're that family member that does that, just if someone comes to you with their goals or dreams, just be like, just be happy for them and move on. If you don't even agree with it, don't even say
even
anything.
if you're not happy for them, like just feel like, I don't know nothing about that, and I got a lot of opinions that may not be valid right now, so I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut.
All you gotta do. That's all you got.
That's all. That's it. Like, but for real, like I've seen people, you go tell your dreams to a family member, and they hit you with that, and then they turn around and try to get other people on board and laying out your dream and goals. And now they got the whole family talking to you like you crazy, like they doing an intervention or something.
Right.
I've seen that happen too.
Yeah. That is wild, bro.
Bruh, and and I don't know what it was about the old age man, the baby boomers, the generation before us. Like I don't know what it was about them, but it almost feel like, they say that men don't have the same sentiments as women. Like, bro, I want to be around for my baby girl as she get older, bro. Like, Alyssa has told me so many different things that she has started doing, and like, I find myself in a situation where I'm looking at Amara like, "Oh, we doing that now?" And Alyssa looks at me like, "Oh, she's been doing that," and I'm like, "Oh, come on, really?" Like, for I feel like the dudes from back in the day, they keep telling us that, men nowadays are different. They're not like men from back then. We a lot softer, whatever that means. We don't handle business the way we used to, whatever that means. All these different things. But I feel like the dudes from back in the day, they turned off their emotions because that's what they had to do in order to stay in corporate America while the women were at home. And that's why they became the way they were, because it was a man's job to provide for the household. And like, let's be real, like there was a certain point where women weren't allowed to work.
Yeah.
So they turned off their emotions and acted like that shit didn't bother them in order to continue making a paycheck. And I don't think you are able to do that in today's society. Like, even if you were a man that was just bringing home the bacon, I don't think you're able to do that. Like, it's so much influence to think nowadays. You didn't have influence to think back then. Everything was just the newspaper and some staticky ass radio station that played in a few places during your drive to work. You couldn't hear anything. Nobody was talking about anything at work because people weren't talking. They had nothing to talk about. You're like, yeah, did you see the newspaper this morning? Yeah, I saw the newspaper this morning. Man, old Cletus got his horse stolen. Like, ain't no news in that. Like, there was no incentive. And you around a bunch of dudes. Ain't nobody about to talk about the fact that they sad that they ain't seeing their family because if they weren't working, then their family weren't going to have anywhere to live. So won't nobody complaining about that. But it's 2024 where people are making money online, where people are staying at home, working from home, working remotely. Like, bro, like y'all hearing what I'm saying? Like, I've sacrificed not being around my wife and kid for what?
Oh, struggle. A swag.
For swag, yeah. For swag, paychecks, bro. Like, it don't feel good at the end of the day. So what do you tell somebody who don't feel good about what they're doing? Do you tell them that they just need to keep doing it? Because that's what people have been doing. They've been telling me that I just need to keep doing it. They tell me that I just need to sacrifice. And I'm already sacrificing. And the thing is that I'm not even willing to sacrifice the thing that they told me to sacrifice. So why are you telling me to sacrifice it? I don't enjoy giving up the fact that, at some point, like, my daughter is going to take her first steps and I'm going to be at work. And I'll catch it, but I'll catch it after it happened for the first time. I won't get to see the look in her eyes when she gets up to take her first steps for the first time. Like, she's making different noises now that I didn't know she was making. It almost sounds like she's trying to talk. Like, I wasn't there to see that happen for the first time. Like, and I could go on and on about this, bro. Like, my relationship with my own wife, bro. Like, I don't like it. Don't feel the same. Like, bro, how deep you trying to? How deep you want me to go, Mark? Because we can go on for days about this.
It's a struggle, and I don't know why. It's so weird because like you said, right? It's a disconnect between the old heads and the generation now. Like, they were okay with that back then. They would gladly do that back then. But like in today's time in 2024, like you said, like it don't feel good. It don't feel the same. It's different, drastically different. It like, I don't know what type of agreement, what type of mindset our parents was on back then. I know they felt something similar to what we're feeling now. Maybe we're more focused on it in today's time than they were back then. I don't know. But like you said, everybody's on that. Everybody's feeling that. you're watching these kids, you're watching your family's age before you, and you don't even know what's going on. Like, you pop in on them, check in on them on the day you have off, or on the days you finally got off, and you're like, what's the update? All right, what's the status update on the family? Well, grandpa been in and out of the hospital. Mom went to the doctor, got a new diagnosis for this. Dad got hurt at work. Now he out of work. Now we trying to figure out, how to make ends meet and all this other stuff. And you're just like, what the hell? Nobody called, nobody texted, nobody emailed. You just finding all this out on your day off for the first time.
Because you whisper every time somebody call you when you pick up the phone.
It's insane.
Okay, I can't talk right now. I'll call you back.
Right.
Yeah, that's why you don't know it. That's why nobody told you. That's why nobody told you. When do we have time to tell you?
Like we said before, we're seeing that change. Like, it's 2024 and people want to be home with their family. And that's all it is to it. Like, a job is not going to supply you with that fulfillment that we've talked about. It has to come from you.
I'm just mic check. Okay, yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm just in a state of shock, bro, because I'm like trying to figure out how is it that when people get told what to do, they know exactly what to do. Like, when you watching somebody else's situation from the sidelines, you know exactly what to do. It's almost like being in the stands of a football game or a wrestling match, and you like, yo, why didn't homie see that coming? But you don't know what it looked like from his eyes. You don't know what it'll look like to be in the arena to actually make that happen. So, like, I find that we do the same thing as human beings. It's like we are looking at certain situations like we don't know how to get out of this. But in reality, it's like literally the same shit that all of us have been doing. Like, the only thing that's stopping us is some misguided belief on something that we feel and not actually thinking about. And what do I mean by that? It's like, for a fact, like, you got proof of concept of your success. But for whatever reason, people tend to ignore that proof of concept because it ain't making no money. Yeah. All right. So about anybody following here, people tend to ignore that proof of concept because they're not making any money. They tend to move in a sense of disparity when they don't when they're looking to do something. And I'm just like, yo, you've been doing this for years. Now all of a sudden you're trying to make money at it. Now everything is a problem. Now is, I gotta make this work. Or I gotta do something. Like, bro, like, only thing you did was sacrifice your job. Like, for real, like, it's not even that deep, bro. It's not like we talking about millions and millions of dollars. We just talking about a living wage. Like, literally. Like, that's the only thing it's going to take. The only thing you got to do is replace your income and then move on to figuring out the rest of your life. It's literally that simple. But we overcomplicate it. We add more. The young kid said we add more riz on it than it need. We overcomplicate this whole little situation, and we do this little song and dance, and we keep going back and forward, and then we end up in this little thought process of, oh, maybe this wasn't the right way. Maybe I made a mistake. But bro, you got to kill that noise, man. You got to kill that noise. Your freedom means everything. Like, I can't even imagine going back to going back to thinking like, bruh, right now I can't even remember a time where I wasn't even focused on my dreams, bruh. And the problem is that like I've been going through this for so long, just like battling these ups and downs of trying to climb the corporate ladder, trying to make my stake in corporate America. You know, I've been to school a few times, that ain't work out. I tried a few jobs, that ain't work out. Tried to grow in certain avenues, that ain't work out. But the only thing that has worked out is the fact that I'm still me off the time clock.
Mm.
Like I'm still fighting for my independence off the time clock. And there's been a few different avenues that I've been fighting for. I haven't been in my bag the way I supposed to be, but my bag has never changed. So the only thing that it's going to take for me, because I've seen the proof of concept, I know what's out there, I know how to get it. It's just a matter of how much can I get and how can I make it sustain my family. So like for real, like yo, I'm willing to sacrifice my job. It took me a while to get there. It's been a bumpy road. Whoop de damn do, bro. Like it's like it ain't that deep, bro. Like happiness isn't linear, dog. It can come from anywhere. All you got to do is decide to be happy. But if you're not happy where you're not happy, then you can't make yourself happy there, bro. That's how diseases happen.
Mm.
Because you are in a place where you are not at ease, so your body responds. So man, it ain't that deep, bro.
Right.
It ain't that deep, bro. Like I can sit up here and spell it out and make it seem like I'm like the best motivational speaker in the world, bro. But it's really not that deep, bro. Like it's literally that simple. All you got to
Yeah.
do is open your eyes and see it.
And that's all it is, folks. Like we overcomplicated to the max to where we get depressed, we get in these slumps, and it's that simple to just make it plain and make it happen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Dirty Trunk Podcast, where the elephant is always welcome. It is me, your boy Marcus Morton. Always here with me is AJ McMullen. And before we go, please trample over that like and subscribe button. We do this for y'all because we love y'all. And we just want to give y'all the motivation to be better than y'all were yesterday. And always remember that those who shy away from addressing the elephant in the room are doomed to be crushed by the weight of it. We love y'all.
Peace. Love y'all. See y'all next week.